Sometimes it feels like the sun will never rise, like the birds will never sing again. Believing a power greater than what you are going through. When you don't know what to do, keep breathing.
That's right. When you don't know what to do, just keep on breathing. From the City of Angels in Los Angeles, welcome to all my listeners out there in Radio Land. I'm Dave, the Caregiver's Caregiver at caregiverdave.com, along with my lovely co-host, former mayor of a California beach town and best-selling author, Debbie Peterson. She's a former caregiver, too. Also coming to you live and on demand 24/7 on numerous syndicated radio podcast networks on 26 global audio and video platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Vimeo. The list goes on and on. In fact, we're proud to be voted #1 caregiver podcast of the top 50 and actually out of thousands on FeedSpot. And we have an especially exciting show planned for you today. Sherrell Mims, CEO and founder of Global Caregivers Network and organizer of the inaugural National Family Caregiver Conference way back in 2021. This successful conference is in its third year, and it's just going to happen in just 3 days on Friday, November 10th at 6 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Eastern. And this virtual event is on Zoom. So no one has to get on a plane, a bus, a car, or a train to get there. Just watch it from the comfort of your living room. And it's going to be an awesome event. She's got many, many keynote speakers. I'm one of them, and she's one of them. But before we get started, I do want to take this moment to thank my last week's guest, Keith Demps of Orlando, Florida. In fact, I think he's one of them too. Co-founder of KLD Consulting, which specializes in self-care, caregiver wellness. He's co-creator of the Demps Caregiver Wellness Roadmap and nationally certified caregiver by the American Caregiver Association, the ACA. Now, we also had on the same show Mary Beal, family administrator, home care consultant. We also had Toni Gittles, widely recognized for her dedication to personal development and her ability to inspire and guide individuals through life's challenges. Mm-hmm. And we also had Dr. Attell Lords. So it was a packed-filled show. And just a reminder, you can watch or listen to that interview or all our interviews on our membership website, caregiverdave.com, or any of our other 26 global audio and video networks that I mentioned earlier, like iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, etc. So last week's show, we just are giving you little snippets and teasing you with these great guests that are going to be speaking this Friday. All right, enough of that. Sherrell, so great to have you on the Caregiver Dave show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dave. You know what? It's always good to come back and share with D and D. I call you guys D and D. Always.
The Debbie and Dave show. And I usually don't have people back on the show so frequently, but this is like the fourth time I think you've been on the show, because what
it is.
I think so, unless I can't count. But I think that you are doing a great work, and people need to come to this event that is in just 3 days. And when I say come, they just have to come to their living room and log into Zoom because, like I said, no buses, no trains, no cars, no planes. It's virtual. And there's
free.
No excuse. And it's free. My gosh. But you know what? Caregivers have a terrible reputation, and I'll tell you what that is. The old saying, you can lead a caregiver to water, but you can't make them drink it. Oh, that's a horse. And caregivers are the same way, because I tell you, they just don't want to ask for help. Even I'm the caregiver's caregiver, and even hey, you need any help with your wife? No, I got it. We don't want to be indebted. We don't want to make people think that, we can't handle it. I'm Mr. Macho. I'm strong. I don't need anybody. I can do this by myself. Well, you can't do it by yourself. You need help, and that's why we're doing this. That's why Sherrell did this. Now, Sherrell, why don't you just tell us what is your background? I know we've spoken about this before, but there's some new listeners on the air, and why did you want to do this, and how did you pull it off? Because just pulling it off one time is amazing, but you've done it twice, and you're going for 3. And either you're a glutton for punishment, or you've got this very successful thing that's working out.
3 times the charm, remember? So we're going to keep it going. It's going to be going on and on and on. So David, thank you so much. I am just so excited because we are coming forth this Friday, November 10th and 11th. Dave already gave you the time and the dates. Go get your ticket. It's going to be free. You need to be here. Everyone is a caregiver. Everyone is a caregiver.
And if you're not, just wait. You will become one.
You will become one. The 4 kinds of people in the world, as the lovely Rosalind Carter has stated, you either a caregiver, you're going to be a caregiver, you've been a past caregiver, or you're going to what? Need a caregiver. Let's just hope we never need a caregiver. As Dave, not Dave, but as Al Lyman would be on to share with us the age optimizer, taking care of yourself so you will not need a caregiver. So let's talk about Sherrell Mims. I am the founder and CEO of Global Caregivers Network, LLC, and Global Caregiver Speakers. These wonderful platforms came about on Facebook in June of 2021, was the network. And that's just on Facebook, where we all come together. I'm getting ready to set up some chat rooms so that people can actually come into the chat room and chat about everyday issues. As a caregiver, we are dealing with something different every day. Every day is something going on. Not even 6 months later, the Global Caregiver Speakers came about. That is a platform as well. Both of these platforms are exclusively for caregivers. Why caregivers? Because that is my area of expertise. I have been a nurse for over 25 plus years. I stopped counting after 20. I have been out here in the field for years and years and years. So it was only hints that I would do something related to caregiving. I am an expert when it comes to mental health. I can talk about mental health. I can talk about grieving. I can talk about just taking care of your loved one at home and in the hospital. So I have a plethora of signature stories, and I'm here to help you. As caregivers, we all need help. Stop trying to do it by yourself, Dave.
Mayor Debbie, even a mayor will become a caregiver, because she was all of a sudden overnight, she was caregiver to her mother,
Wow.
So just wait. It's inevitable. So don't be like me and wait till the last minute and you're scratching your head saying, how did this happen? I didn't sign up for this. I was drafted. Sure. Prepare now, just like you go to high school, they teach you how to make grilled cheese sandwiches in home ec, so that if you ever, need to cook something, you won't starve. Well, they should teach you in high school how to care for your elderly, just in case you have to become a caregiver. We're just neglecting this, But thank God for Sherrell Mims, who's come up with this great program, and I can't wait. Tell us about some of the speakers.
Yes, some of the wonderful speakers we're going to have. Dave Nazanin is going to be one of our wonderful male caregivers, right? Besides Al Lyman.
I'm one of 2 male caregivers. I'm the token male caregiver. And because most caregivers are women. Very few men have what it takes, but I didn't think I had what it takes, but I guess I do, because I am one. For 27 years, I'm glad nobody told me 27 years, into the future, I'd still be doing this, because, I don't know what I would have done. So I was on a need-to-know basis.
Yes. And not just that, David, I am so wonderful that you said it's great that you said yes. So you are going to be our token person. You're going to be our campaign person for the males to pull the male caregivers in. And so they need to see a male face. They need to see a male figure that has been out there, that has been around the block a couple of times, and not just for spousal, just for taking care of people in the nursing homes, just being at home. What about your neighbors? People are taking care of people everywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be a family member either.
It could be a sick cat, for goodness sake.
Now you go to veterinarian care. So that might be a program, a vet caregiver. How about that? It's just so many ways you can go with this now, right? Because you have the youth, right? You have the youth caregivers that are taking care of their moms and fathers and family members at a young age. So we cannot excuse them either. They have been taking care of their loved ones for a long time as well. So who knows how this is going to go? You got the vet caregivers, you got the youth caregivers, you have adult caregivers, and you just have people just taking care of people anyway.
Well, how
So
did you
with
put
this,
this together? I mean, how did you get a hold of how many speakers do you have? 12 or more? Or
we have a total of 20. If they don't
20?
get it's going to be 10 on Friday and 10 on Saturday.
So
And you
how
know,
did you meet these 20 speakers to speak at your event?
you have to reach out to them. I reached out to them on Facebook, LinkedIn. It's a lot of professional people on LinkedIn, right?
Mm.
LinkedIn, Facebook, Clubhouse, wherever I could gather them all at, they all said yes. They would be glad to do it. Tracy Lamb, she's not new in the business as speaker. She's doing a lot of things in the caregiving spectrum in that arena. She's going to be speaking. Dave's going to be speaking. Al Lyman going to be speaking. Dr. Ethel Lord will be speaking. Dr. Josephine Harris in the mental health arena. Then we have others in the dementia health arena. So we have different people, caregivers, professional and family, that's coming in to share their story, products, and services with you.
Did
They
I
need to
mention
know.
that this was free?
You did, and it's
Oh.
absolutely free. Sign up today, register today. The link is on my Facebook page or LinkedIn, or you can go on Dave's page, Facebook page as well. The Eventbrite link is free. Come on out.
Why are you doing this? I don't think you're making any money from this. I mean, this is hard work.
It's a
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, you know what? Caregiver's voice need to be heard, number one, because a lot of us, we sit back and we murmur and complain, right?
We
We
do
just
that
going to
well, yes.
we're just going to
We don't
murmur
need
and
any training
complain.
for that. That just comes naturally.
And
Well,
so,
I do have a question.
yeah,
I have a
sure.
question. As
Right.
someone, I've got a question as someone who's watching, who hasn't really been in on the ground zero of all of this with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, so what am I going to get out of it? Why would I want to come to this? Yeah, I know I need help, but what are you hoping we will take out of this if we come? If we give up some of our time or make some time to watch or listen to what you have to say to us.
Absolutely. It's not
Do
just
you
me
have
you're
that
going to hear.
list of the topics from all the 20 people in front of you or no?
Yeah, we have a list of the speakers. Number one, so to answer your question there, you get number one, have your pen and paper ready because we have these speakers are coming in and really sharing their story, their products and services, what they have to offer to you in the audience. So far, we have over 100 plus that have registered, and
Wow.
they're gonna register all the way up until and through the 11th. I know last year, earlier this year, a lot of them came through on the day of the event.
Yeah. Another thing about caregivers, they wait till the last minute to do anything. The last second. I know.
And
It's
that
so funny. It's sad, right?
it is very funny because I'm like, you know what? We already live now, so but they was just coming in. I mean, oh my goodness, all them Eventbrite, they all signed up. A lot of them they really be thinking at the last minute, so we understand that. But yes, Deb, in answer to your question, number one, they're going to come and support the Global Caregivers Network. But not just that, even more important, they coming to support all of the caregivers, not just a specific one. You know how some people, I'm just going to watch this one, you know, the one that I know, and I listen to the others. No, don't do that. Listen to everyone if you can, because it's a 4 hour block. It's from 9 in the morning to 1 p.m., give or take, you know. And
That's
then
Eastern time.
that is Eastern time.
You know, on
So
the West
set
Coast, you
your
got to get up
clock.
early, 6 a.m.
And what day is that it's 9 to 1 Eastern time?
It's
Friday.
going to be this Friday and
Friday.
Saturday this week, November 10th and 11th.
And
And
for
it's going to
those
be
of you in the Hawaiian Islands, you get up at 3 a.m.
I've done that. I've done
Somebody
that to
may
be
want
on
to
your
work this
podcast,
morning.
Dave.
Yes. So wherever you are, make it your business to join us this Thursday and Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Set your clocks accordingly, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm telling you right now, Deb, this is going to be an educational, informative, product, services, all about caregiving. Your voice matters as a caregiver. And for those of you that want to join, we have other things I'm going to share on the days of the event moving forth, because we do have things going over into 2024 that we're already setting up to start.
Now,
You know,
I'm gonna be speaking on the pitfalls of spousal caregiving. What are some of the other topics that you've got lined up for people there, Sherrell?
Sure, absolutely. So coming forth Friday, it's going to be Monica's going to talk about transitions, the journey of a caregiver. Someone else is going to be talking about the importance of being a caregiver. Someone else is going to talk about the wake-up call. That the olfactory stimulation, the benefits of using essential oils. That's in relationship to dementia. I definitely want to hear that one. You know, essential oils are very important with dementia. That's very important. Dr. Jennifer Stelter will be doing that. Yeah, the senses, the olfactory. Laura Herman, she's going to talk about people with dementia are just like me. And we have Tony Giddos. Tony Giddos she's not going to share all 21 mistakes, but she is going to share mistakes caregivers make and how to avoid them. That's on the Friday menu. And then Saturday, the Saturday menu, we have others that's talking about, let's see what we have here. A self-care giver's wellness map, a roadmap for the burnout caregiver. There you go, Dave. And that's going to be with the Demps, Mr. Keith and Dr. Kathleen.
Husband and wife team.
That's our first husband and wife team. So they're going to always follow me now. So that's good.
And she's a doctor, right?
She's a doctor in wellness, yes. Holistic health. Mary Beal is going to talk about a force to reckon with. Dr. Ethel Lord, 3 steps to delivering superior dementia caregiving and surviving the challenge. Dr. Lord, oh my goodness, she have done extensive work. She specializes in dementia. Wait for her to come tell her story and how she took care of her husband, who was a vet for over 20 plus years. Someone else going to talk about mental health and you. Someone else, surviving CNA in a long-term care facility. Wow. Survive. You're not just surviving, you're thriving as a certified nurse assistant in a long-term care unit.
Yeah, nurses know how to burn out, don't they?
All the time. Someone going to talk about relaxation tips for the caregiver, and then Al going to anchor us all in as the age optimizer and talk about age well and live great.
Sounds good. Sounds
It's
good. So what
gonna
are
be
some of the comments that you've gotten from the last one? Because you had over 400 people sign up for that. And that's quite an audience. That's not easy to do.
They was commenting so fast, I couldn't keep up with them. A lot of them wanted to engage with the speakers. Some of them said, I loved it. I look forward to seeing them. So some of them from last year going to come on this year and follow us over to this year. A lot of them, like I said, they wanted to connect with the speakers, which was great. That was the main thing. That's why I put it all together. Number one, to give you all visibility and that credibility as well. Let the people see you and know that we're out here. I'm not for play. I am for real.
So tell us again where, you set your Facebook page, yours and Dave's, but I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. How am I going to what's your Facebook page? Where do I find that? What name are you under?
Absolutely. Thank you, Debbie. So on Facebook, you can connect with us at Global Caregivers Network, and then also Global Caregiver Speakers. Go on the speakers page. That is where everything has really been done there, because of the speakers, I'm putting everything on the speaker page, and I'm also sharing it on the network. Also, go on LinkedIn. Global Caregivers Network, LLC, on LinkedIn. A lot of the speakers are from LinkedIn. All the professionals are over there. So I went right over there and I started connecting with people. So it's just wonderful. They all said yes, no one hesitated. And a lot of people, because of this platform, they're able to get the visibility and they see that this is credible. This is not something, I'm just not doing this. This is something that's credible, is visible. People can see, they can go back and even see what we have been doing in the past. So definitely connect with me, connect with Dave. Dave is on the Pacific Standard Time. I'm on the Eastern Standard Time. Deb, where you at?
I'm West Coast as well. I'm Pacific.
Okay.
And I'm going to put in a little pitch for you guys because I keep doing these podcasts with Dave because it's every week I get a pickup. I get a pick me up, I should say. I'm not a pickup. But, every time I come on a podcast, I go away feeling refreshed and happy and encouraged and really thrilled that there are so many amazing, wonderful, caring people out there. And it's amazing meeting people on Zoom like this because when I meet them in person, I think I already know them. I think I've already given them a hug before because it feels like a really great, big, wonderful hug. So I'm thrilled that you're doing this. And I strongly encourage people to come, if nothing else, just so that you have a lovely boost for your week.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that pitch too, Debbie. Thank you. And so this is going to be on StreamYard. The reason why I'm doing StreamYard.
Oh, yeah. I said Zoom by mistake. It's not Zoom.
That's okay. We go on Zoom next time, maybe. We'll see. But the reason why I did StreamYard, right, is because you can StreamYard simultaneously live. Remember, I shared with you all, choose one destination. All of my guests, I want them all to choose one destination, and StreamYard will let you do it where you can simultaneously, they can see you go live. So if yours is Facebook, they're going to see you on Facebook, Dave. I have mine as the host. I have a choice of 4 destinations.
Yeah, I've got 34,000 people who follow me on Facebook, so that's where I'm going to send them. Beautiful.
And I'm just encouraging everyone to continue to promote it. It's just something about them last 2-3 days. They start just coming in. All of a sudden, you get all these Eventbrite links, guests coming in, which is wonderful because that means they really want to see this. They want to hear what is going on in the caregiving world. And then, like I said, I have some wonderful things I'm going to share with them for 2024 to come on board. One is going to be in November. Guess what? We're going live. We're going to take it to the street. We're going to the street. We're going to take it live. So I'm looking for a venue now. It's going to start in Michigan. And you got to come. It's going to be live. It's going to be so wonderful. Can you just
those
imagine?
People will have a chance to connect with each other because, caregivers need other caregivers to connect with.
They sure do. And we would love to see Debbie, Dave, your wife, Dave, everyone just come on now. We're going to put it all together. This will be our second, right? It'll be our first live, but actual second or third event. So I'm going to put it all together, and it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a red carpet event. So get your beautiful gowns and your whatever, your tuxedos. But Michigan, it's something about being the first. This will be our actual first live event in person.
So you got to rent a big place, huh?
I'm probably I got to see how many going to sign up with the sponsors and all these different things. So Dave, I need your help in that area. Some other people want to jump on board and all these other things. So, sponsors, hospitals. I got to, put yourself out there in the community. I've been not really hiding behind the virtual. I know I supposed to have been out there, but guess what? I couldn't move until, God told me to move. I just couldn't move until then.
Yeah.
So people, they really want to be live and in person. So this is what we're going to do. This time next year, we're looking forward to going live the second week in November for National Family Caregivers Month.
And do you have contacts with the potential sponsors?
That is on the list now. Because I'm a downstream. I'm decompressing for the month of December. right?
Trust me.
Because after this big hoo-ha with this event, and this is virtual. So imagine going live and really connecting with all the people in person. It's really going to be a wonderful, wonderful
Well, I'm
event.
glad you have that vision and that you've been called to do that. And Debbie is a former politician, so she probably has some contacts, but I don't know, maybe a lot of her contacts might be in jail because she fights corruption. She's put a lot of them in jail, so maybe not. But I'm sure she has some good contacts too.
Oh yeah. I'm sure she too, Dave. So Dave, listen, Debbie, while he's talking about you, Dave, get your man together, okay? Get your man lined up. Get your men caregivers together. You're going to be the spokesman for the men, Dave. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, so Dave has been out there, like you said, Debbie. He's been out there. He knows the arena. He's not new to the game. So I really appreciate
Not
you
my
saying
first
yes.
rodeo.
I appreciate you saying yes, Dave. So with you
All
and
right.
the other ones coming, fulfilling the purpose.
So what else do you want to say in the last few minutes of the program?
Everybody just get your Eventbrite ticket, and we will see you this Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're on the mountaintop, 7 a.m. Connect with us.
Don't forget Hawaii, 3 a.m.
In Hawaii, if I know some Hawaiians out there, yes, 3 a.m. If you just so happen to miss it, go back, watch the replay. But we want you to be there live in person with pen and paper in hand. Connect with me, Sherrell at globalcaregiversnetwork.com. Go on the website, globalcaregiversnetwork.com. You can always call me, 260-218-3377. It's been a pleasure, Dave and Debbie. D&D stands for Dynamite.
Well, so, thank you.
We look forward to you all being there. Thank you so much, Dave and Debbie, and I look forward to seeing everyone Friday and Saturday.
Thank you. And again, if somebody wants to contact you, it's Global Caregiver. Caregiver. Tell me again, one more time.
Global Caregivers Network.com. That's the website. Connect with me via email, Sherrell at globalcaregiversnetwork.com. And then you can always call me, 260-218-3377.
Wow, she's serious. She's giving out her cell number.
No, that's the business number, baby.
Okay.
That's the business number.
Mayor Debbie, how can people reach you if they want to find out what you do and how?
Well, the easiest way to reach me is mayordebbie.com, and you'll find out about the corruption Dave's talking about. And I've got a kind of fun one going on right now. Well, it's not really fun, but it's called itflowsdownhill.com. So if you want to learn how to make things happen in your community, go to itflowsdownhill.com.
And you've been on a lot of television lately, so congratulations for that. I know that that you've got a great message, and you're finally getting it out to the world. So good for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember, I have a best-selling book out there, Secrets from the Hammock: Uncommon Wisdom for Uncommon Times, Spreading Wisdom All Over the World. And that's not to mention my caregiver book, which is It's Your Life Too, Thrive and Stay Alive as a Caregiver. Available wherever books are sold. Also on my free membership website, caregiverdave.com, where you can also schedule a free 30-minute initial coaching call. Talk about whatever you're struggling with. Just 30 minutes of wisdom can often resolve a debilitating problem. Again, caregiverdave.com. And don't forget my Caregiver Dave Facebook online community, 34,000 caregivers, lots of tools, resources, videos, this radio show, and much, much more. And did you know that if you click the like or follow button on whatever platform you're watching or listening to this interview on, helps us reach even more caregivers by improving Google's search engine algorithms. So a true heartfelt thank you to all my listeners out there all over the world for tuning in every Wednesday, making us the #1 caregiver radio show on the internet. So until next week, same time, same channel, May God richly bless you all. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Dave.
Dave Nasani, the Caregiver's Caregiver, has just released his 6th book entitled It's My Life Too, Thrive to Stay Alive as a Caregiver. It was specifically written for caregivers who know they should be putting their needs first, but just don't know how. Dave is the sole caregiver to his wife, Charlene, since 1996. He knows firsthand what caregivers are going through, because he is one. He now speaks all across the country, offering caregivers his amazing caregiver support package. Even the airlines tell us that in the event of an emergency, to put your oxygen mask on first, before you help your child with their mask. They know that those who don't heed their advice often black out, thus becoming unable to help either themselves or their child. And caregivers are exactly the same way. It's My Life Too, Thrive and Stay Alive as a Caregiver will help caregivers who are neglecting their sleep, diet, and social life and learn to put their needs first. Pick up your copy today or buy one for your special caregiver. On sale everywhere and at caregiverdave.com.
Sometimes it feels like the sun will never rise, like the birds will never sing.